Michael Wadika here with Jackie Rogers. How are you, Jackie?
Great, thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a designer and I work in New York City, and we have stores here in Southampton, and Palm Beach, and New York City.
What type of designs do you do?
Well, we call it couture and then ready to wear. We do two groups of clothing. And one of them is also Gin Lane, which I started last year, which is a sportswear collection, and that's named after the Southampton Gin Lane. And it reminded me much of the women in the 30s with their wide pants and their white cotton gloves. And I said, well, let's update that and do something like that for Southampton. And I started that last year, and it's turned out to be quite successful.
Tell us about some unique things about the East End and why you market here.
Well, I've been coming here many years, and I love it. Of course, it's changed dramatically. We were talking this morning about building a super highway one day, so you'll beat all the traffic out here. But if you know how to drive and what hours, you're okay. I think it's just one of the most beautiful places in the world, and I'm lucky to be here.
Now, obviously, you have a very unique style. You're beautiful looking today. Thank you so much. And also, tell us a little bit about your style, what you really look for when you're designing.
Well, I do things very simple. My clothes are very simple and very sort of elegant, you might say. Last night we went to the watermill show that Robert Wilson had, which was a great success, and a few of the girls had my clothes on, and they were really very dramatic, long coats that were beautifully colored, and it was supposed to be a fiery night, and that sure was. So my clothes are worn by a lot of women throughout the United States and Europe, because we do sell in London and in Bournemouth, England, of all places, and Antwerp, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and in Italy. So it really is a very diversified audience that we have.
Now, is there a particular age group that you should shoot for, or is it all over the spectrum?
No, not really. I mean, we sell young girls their gowns for their coming out parties at 19. And yesterday, two of my girlfriends, two of my customers and friends also, their children needed things for the bar mitzvahs, and I'm doing their dresses because they're 13 years old and they can't find anything. So that goes all the way. Well, I mean, it's the first time I've done it, but I felt very badly because the mothers are getting all these clothes, and here are the kids sitting there, you know, drooling. And I said, okay, we're going to do something. And so that's something new for me.
That's wonderful. Now, I also understand you have a special relationship, or had a special relationship, with Jacqueline Kennedy.
Well, yeah. I mean, years back, her sister came in and discovered me, Lee, and then she brought her sister around, Jackie. And then even her daughter came, Caroline and John in those days. That we're talking about, I think it was about 1980, 79, 80. I can't remember exactly. And she sort of discovered me because that's when I really came out and started designing for women. I started as a menswear designer. I didn't really want anything to do with women. I wasn't too wrong on that score because it's a killer. But anyway, I worked for Chanel in Paris, and Chanel said, don't go near those women, they'll drive you insane. And of course, she wasn't too far wrong, but you've got to just absorb that. So I started as a menswear designer, and I did John's first suit that he graduated from high school in, I think. And Caroline, we have pictures of Caroline at the memorial service for her father where is it, in Washington, at the cemetery there. Jackie wearing my clothes, and also Caroline. So Jackie came in, and she loved the clothes, and I started doing all her clothes for her. And in those days, she was married to Onassis.
Outstanding. How do you remember Jackie?
Well, she was a terrific girl, but she really didn't care about clothes very much. I mean, everybody's made her into this icon, I guess, about fashion. And I don't think she really was that interested in it, you know, because I would tell her how to dress and what to wear. And I think she was more interested in what I had to say. She used to say to me, how do you dream up all of these designs? And I said, well, I sit quietly and think about line and form. I mean, that's what she was interested in, because she had a very good eye for line and shape, and that's how I design my clothes, and I still do the same. She was very sympathetic, you know, and I remember one of the funny things she said, you know, Jackie, you're much better off going out to the Hamptons than I am to go to, what do you call it, where was she, in Martha's Vineyard. because you can just get on the bus and get there.
Right.
My sister just gets on the bus and gets there. And I have to get on a plane, and it takes a longer time. I said, well, Martha's Vineyard is very beautiful, too. She was very sympathique, you know, and we all loved her very much.
Now, as far as her frame goes, obviously she always looked beautiful in clothes, and I know it's difficult at certain times to actually dress it. How was she as far as styling and the fit?
Well, she liked things that were very simple, and that's how I design. I don't overdo the clothes. They're very clean and, you know, nothing fancy. I don't think after she went to other designers, I think that she always, you know, wore things that were very elegant and simple, and I think that's what she liked about what I did.
Right. Are there any special colors that you really love seeing her in?
Well, I think she always had a palette that was sort of in blacks, navies, and maybe some reds, but nothing, you know, over the top.
Now, what drives your passion now? Obviously, is there a special, unique look that you're looking for now? Colors, anything else?
Well, right now I'm doing my new spring collection, and I'm doing it on the idea of Matisse. I want to do his cutouts and his colorations. I just find them fabulous. Of course, he was brilliant. And years ago, when I first went to the south of France, I met Picasso. I didn't meet Matisse, but I went to his Saint Paul de Vence, his, you know, the gallery that he has up there. And so I'm using his colorations, and that's going to go into my spring collection.
Great. How do people get a hold of you and your collection? How do they
Well,
find you?
we have stores in New York City, and I think we're moving over to Madison Avenue in the fall. And we have a store on Job's Lane in Southampton, and in Palm Beach we're in Via Meisner right off 4th Avenue, and we'll reopen there in October.
Great. Well, look forward to a beautiful, bright future.
I hope so. Thank you
you.
so much.